Hey guys, can you like see me? My hair looks so terrible. Hello? Oh, the start is so slow. It lagged for a bit before it started. So I wasn't sure if it was starting or not. Ah, oh, it almost tipped over. Oh my god. Okay. Does it work now? Okay. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I was answering the door and there was this stupid delivery man. He was angry that he couldn't find my house. Like, it's my fault. Like, did you think I put it in a weird place on purpose? Or it's not even in a weird place, but it's like... It's your fucking problem, dude. I have McDonald's breakfast. For breakfast today, we are eating fluffy omelet with sausage burger bun muffin. Okay. I'm sorry I was late. I had to deal with that guy and it was just so annoying. This burger is so good. I ate it with you guys in the last Army Talk time too. Hi. Welcome you guys. I bought one that was a sausage and one that was bacon. But I don't know which is which. I'm gonna assume that the fatter one is sausage. Okay. So first, let's start with how many of you guys attended the live where I was talking about the Korean group date disaster? Not even a disaster. I was like complaining about being forced to go on that date, and then I went last Sunday. And I did say that I would update you guys about it, and that is totally related to today's topic because I want to talk about how different types of people react when you tell them you're ARMY or when you tell them you're a BTS fan. And but usually they're like the people that you tell are probably not Korean, and then so I wanted to also share including Korean people experiences. Actually, there's a lot of Korean people experiences that I do want to share. A lot of them are positive, some of them are negative, and yeah, so people from different ages. I just wanted to include all that, and you guys can share along with your stories as well. No problem, just you can type them out in the comments. Oh, this is your first live? So you're level 1. This is actually episode 5, so I think some of you guys are already level 5 Army. Hey, Nicole. Level 5 in Army Church. And so, but you guys welcome. I think the numbers are going up are going up slowly, so maybe we wait like a minute or so for more people to come. Where's my juice? Where did it go? 어디였지? 아, 여기. Apple celery juice, always so good. So while we wait for just another minute, then we can talk about random things. Like, is it gonna topple over? Like my children are here with me. Hipbit. In case you guys haven't met them yet. Hipbit and Mokjin. Mokjin is a Seokjin doll. And I think I've explained it before. But 먹다 in Korean meaning eat. So 먹진 meaning eatin. So he lost a shoe. Where's your shoe, baby? Okay, never mind. I found it. Look at these tiny baby shoes. Do you know how expensive these shoes are? Do you know how expensive these doll clothes are? My children dress better than me. Like, they have more expensive clothes than I do. They better be fucking grateful. Okay. That's enough, doll fawning. So we're gonna go to the topic right now. Experiences when you tell people you're an army. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my most recent experience, which, oh, you guys missed Army Talk Time 4? Yeah, I'm sorry I deleted it. There was like, oh, you don't have to be, they're not connected. All the different talk times are not connected to each other, so don't worry. Even if you're level 1, it's no big deal. Just the levels just are like a private joke that we came up with before when we were talking about the different episodes and how many episodes people have attended in the first place, so don't worry about that. Okay, what was I gonna say? Oh, the most recent experience about when I told somebody that I was in army was when I went on this last Sunday. There was no army talk time because I had to like spend the day sort of mentally and also, having to get together with my army squad in preparation for this stupid Korean group date. And before we went on the date with these Korean morons, uh, we had this group chat thing. So in the group chat, we made sure we made it very obvious that we're armies. So we constantly have, when we speak, and because the guys don't even talk much, right? So we got really annoyed, and we would just like talk to each other or make very specific like BTS type jokes. And so I would mention Namjoon's name a lot, and then we would post like BTS like memes and stuff, even though we have our own chat room. But it's like because the guys didn't talk anyway, and so when it was convenient, we would talk in that room. And so like I said, the guys never really talked in the room anyway. But when we met up for the group date, one of them brought it up. They were like, "So, you guys are BTS fans?" And I'm like, "Yes," because I had screenshots of House of Army where Hopi was dressed as a girl, and Namjoon was dressed as a girl and all that. So we were constantly again putting reminders or making it obvious that we were army in the group chat. And I thought that they would react negatively, but the guys were more just asking just to ask instead of like maybe judging. And then so we were like, yeah, we're all armies. And then they were like, so why do you like BTS? And then um because they also asked like what other groups that we like. And i'm not a fan of any other I'm not a fan of any other like group, K-pop group, to be honest, because I like solo artists like rappers and like those R&B artists. Um, that's my preference. And then so they were like, so why do you like BTS? And I'm like, well, they started out like that. They started out as like really hard raps and hip hop, and I was into that. But then then loyalty makes you stick to them all the way. But yeah, I still enjoy their music, and they, you know, um, introduced me to new types of music through their music. So uh, it's a mutually beneficial relationship. So they were like, that's really cool. And they do know some songs, and how we know is that we went to karaoke, and one of the guys sang Spring Day with me, and he missed out, like, he didn't know some parts. For the most part, he um he did quite well. I think I have a video, maybe. But just because he sang Spring Day with me, just don't get me wrong. Don't get mistaken that it was a good date. No, it wasn't. It was shitty. It was a shitty ass, stupid Korean group date, which I will never go on again. But the organizer, who is a friend of my Korean colleague, says, "I'm sorry that that group date didn't work out. Let me make it up to you by arranging more." And I'm like, no, please. No, okay. And this is one of the topics that I wanted to talk about, is the whole Korean culture thing. How much Korean culture do you have to follow if you're not Korean? And the sad thing is that because because they're aware, just because I speak Korean and they're aware that I know about Korean culture, like, so I'm expected, I guess, to go along with it. And I'm like, no. Okay, but that's a different topic for another day. Okay, so this experience went well, right? They didn't judge, and in fact, we brought up girl groups so that the guys could get all excited. And they're Korean, so it's fine. They understand that girls like boy groups, and I mean, we can like girl groups too. But they understood, you know, our love for BTS, and then we of course did not judge them back when they listed their own like girl groups that they liked. And so that was good in terms of reactions. But like, I've also had Korean friends. I guess they're just more maybe they're more open-minded because they're Koreans that live outside of Korea. But I've had Korean friends, let's say like guy friends in Korea, who are like, really, you like K-pop, but you're not a teenager. And I'm like, and he was like, well, if your age starts with 2, then you shouldn't be liking K-pop. K-pop's for little girls. And I'm like, no, honey, they're not for little girls. Like, all these bands wouldn't be able to make any money from little girls. Like, they rely on the older fans to buy all their shit, because we don't have to ask permission from mommy and daddy to buy albums, to attend concerts, to buy official merch. You know, we're the ones with the money. They need us. So if they think it's okay to have like older fans, who the fuck are you to tell me I'm too old? And so he was just like so close-minded. And this isn't like the only example. I mean, I'll get to talking about people like, cuz I think everybody already knows the reactions of like regular people around us, and mostly the reactions are negative. But that's to be, I guess, a little expected. Although it's sad, it's a little expected because you know, they don't speak Korean, they don't understand, and blah 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 blah. But these are Korean people, and like, K-pop and basically Korea's music industry is like their biggest import right now. It's putting Korea on the map. It's increasing tourism, which is increasing the wealth and improving the economy of the entire country. And so they're so narrow-minded that they just think, oh, guys, K-pop guys wear makeup, they're not men. And these are coming from the Korean men themselves. And so like, okay, so I was in a subway station one time, and so the subway station near the place where I stay whenever I'm in Korea is Chamsu Station, and Chamsu Station is one of the main stations on the Green Line, and it's got a very high traffic of people. So when there's a high traffic of people, fan sites tend to put a lot of idol posters there, like as in, you know, birthday announcements or debut anniversary announcements, or just like, you know, your album's coming out, congratulations, that sort of thing. And there was one time I witnessed this guy. He was passing by. He was walking with his girlfriend, and they were walking past like this idol poster. His girlfriend turned to give it a second look, and he got annoyed, and he lifted up the umbrella he was carrying, and he hit the poster really hard. It had like a cover, like a hard screen on it, but he hit it really hard, and like it made such a loud noise. Fortunately, it didn't do any damage, but it's like, was that really such a necessary reaction just because your girl looked twice? What, are you intimidated? Or do you feel less of a man because this guy is cuter than you and your girlfriend looked at him twice? Are you fucking serious? What kind of reaction is that? So I thought that was stupid, and then he dragged his girlfriend away. And the same thing happened when I was at Jimin's dad's cafe. I think 3 years ago. Um, I was sitting in the cafe, and then there was a couple that walked in. And then um the girl was excited. I think she didn't tell her boyfriend that it was like a BTS, like a Jimin cafe. She just wanted to go with him. He came in, and then he looked around, and he was like, "What the hell is this?" And then he was like, "Is this an idol cafe?" And she was like, "We're already here, let's stay." And he was like, "No." And she was like, "Come on, please." And then he was like, "No, I'm getting out of here." And then he walked out. And she was sad, but she had no choice. Like she had to run after him. And I was like, wow, that is the greatest example of fucking narrow-minded stupidity. I would break the fuck up with this guy, because if you feel you can't spend half an hour in a place that I love because you love me, and if you feel it makes you, like, I don't know, less of a man, or you don't want to look at this stuff, like, are you fucking serious? It's not that serious that you can't. I don't have any reason. I can't think of anything logical to condone his behavior, because why can't you sit in the cafe? It's it's not like they serve you drinks with Jimin's face on them. It's, you get normal coffee and normal pingsu, and it's just that. Okay, bye, Sarah. And I thought it was just absolutely ridiculous. So I've witnessed so many such similar things, and yeah, I would never be friends with those people. The person that asked me, that told me I was too old to be a K-pop fan, yeah, I met him once, and then I never met him again. And even when he contacted me after, just to like have chats and all that, I never responded, because if you're gonna judge my music taste and make me feel uncomfortable for liking something that's perfectly normal, then I don't think I want to be friends with you. So anyway, unfortunately the cafe no longer exists. So that girl, she missed her chance, because the cafe closed literally 3 weeks after I was there. So she didn't go, and she didn't have the guts to just be like, alright, fuck off, I'm gonna stay here. You can be mad as much as you want. Sadly, the cafe closed, and she probably never got a chance. Why bring her boyfriend? She should have gone with some girlfriends, to be honest. Yeah. Okay, so that's unfortunate, but it's also what I see a lot. Exactly. I wanted to, like, I think everybody's aware of how, like, outside of Korea, people are so judgmental about the type of music that we like. And they don't stop to think about how just because it's not a mainstream language, people shouldn't like them. But there are people in many countries who don't speak English who still like English artists like Justin Bieber and, like, or Rihanna or Nicki Minaj and things like that. So why doesn't it work the other way around? And yeah, and so the live for this was just to highlight about how it's bad for us. We thought it was bad for us in not being able to speak Korean and then having people react like that, but it's also bad for the people within the country themselves. Um, just people judge you when when they say, um, actually, this is like a reason why a lot of fan sites close. I've read I've read several messages. Um, oh my god. Yeah, I think if it's for guys and they say they like K-pop, it's like you're gay or whatever. What was I gonna say? Uh, 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 what? What? Oh my god, that is a brilliant example of how, excuse me, of how a non-mainstream language can just like attain such great popularity just because the music's great, the beat's great, and it tugs at something in you that transcends all languages. So, oh, thank you. Allah bless you. Thank you. Um, okay. Now I still can't remember what I was gonna say. I think definitely girls are more understanding towards other girls, even if they don't like music at all. So it's like, it's more like of a, I'm not into music. So yeah, whatever music you like is fine with me. But it's those people that are sort of elitist. Like, I like only this music, and so if you don't like it, you're beneath me. Those kinds of fucked up people. So yeah. Um, so actually, technically, the people who don't like music are more accepting because they have nothing to judge on, right? Like, they're just like, all right, all music. So to them, it's like music or no music. So it's like, I like music, you don't like music, or rather, I don't like music, you like music. That's okay. Oh, K-pop stan? Don't really know what that is. But you like music, I don't like music, so meh, it's okay. So maybe they don't get along with you for a entirely different reason. You know what I mean? And I think that's fine. That's fine. Maybe you think like you have nothing in common. Like they're into, like you're so into this music scene that they're not, and then they feel like I can't talk to you about that. I'm sorry, and then they don't really want to be friends with you. I find that perfectly acceptable, and it's a more respectful way of like not wanting to be friends with somebody is acknowledging that you don't have that many things in common, and therefore it's a waste of time for you guys to be friends. So that's fine. I like that. Just tell me the truth, and I can totally accept that. But it's not like the other people who are like, being army is good for A-pop fans, but sometimes bad for K-popers. Oh, you like K-pop because they're popular? Like not even a particular group. It's like you like K-pop because they're popular. So that already shows that they don't know what they're talking about. I feel like BTS is doing great things for the K-pop community by being so globally accepted in this in your face way, where they're just like exploding onto the scenes right now and putting the name of K-pop out there and being such good people and being so praised by all these like major respected celebrities and celebrities whose opinions are respected by all these, you know, narrow-minded freaks. And so it's a good thing. I think it's a huge leap for armies and K-pop fans in general. And well, you can tell who are the racists immediately, which is, it's like a great it's like a great filtering system, right? In a way, if you want to look at it positively, it's a filtering system where you know who not to be friends with, who not to talk to, and when you see these kinds of comments. And like when you see the comments in on public space, on some kind of social media, on a forum, there is 0 point, absolutely 0 point in trying to convince these people to change their minds, because if they're going to change their minds, it won't be because of you. It won't be because of the people. It needs to be because of the music or by the artists themselves. So if you see terrible comments, racist comments, homophobic comments, just ignore, because if you are aggravating them, then they stay further away. Like they won't even approach the idea of getting to know anything in K-pop, you know. Like, so leave them alone, and if there's any chance that they might change, then they will. But like I said, it won't be because of you. So there's no need to make a bad name for ourselves by defending K-pop. It doesn't need any defending. It doesn't. It defends itself. And if the other people don't get it, then don't get it. Okay? You live your life. You don't need to convince other people to like K-pop or to see things your way, because then you'd be just as bad as the people who don't like it. You know what I mean? Don't do it. I see a lot of people going out of their way to insult other people and making like there's just such a hostile environment for people to I don't know. Sometimes it's just better to leave things alone. And usually people, when you push someone, then they push back and then they never see. Yeah, okay. Don't lower yourself to their level. Exactly. Exactly. Stay at your own level. Just ignore it. Honestly, you would be doing everybody a favor. And so it's actually much better to leave them alone so that they can see for themselves like what they want to see or what needs to be seen. It's not acceptable, but what are you going to do about it? Are you going to insult them back? There's no point. Just tell yourself they're fucked up and they're stupid. Tell yourself. You don't need to write it down. And then leave. Block or something. Why waste your time? Why waste your time? What are you going to do that's going to make them change your mind? There is nothing you can do to change somebody that's like that. Absolutely nothing. Like, the best thing you can do is just to live well. So there is this old saying, like, the best revenge is living well, right? And someone who hates you will hate that, because when you hate somebody, you don't want to see them doing well or being happy. You want them to be miserable. You want them to die and suffer. But then you're living well and they're like, damn it. And that's like, I think that should be the basis. That like ARMY or K-pop fan, introduction to the K-pop fandom 101. Class, first lesson of the day. Live well so that when people hate you, I don't know. I lost my train of thought again. So, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And I think I've explained it like detailed because yes, I've experienced that. When I don't like somebody, I get annoyed like, oh, they look happy, bitch. You know, like. So, fuck her. She looks like she's like rich or something. And it's like, I don't know. But the thing is, when you are living like you're a good life, all the haters will see it and then they'll be like, oh. So don't instigate anything. Just be good and live a good life, and that's what makes the haters angry. Instead of responding to them, that's what they want. Why are you on their team? Like, clearly, just don't do it. No, but even trying to change their minds. See, the thing is, they continue and then you just stop and leave them alone, right? Why do it in the first place? Don't tell them anything, because like I said, if anything is going to change them, it's not going to be you. Normally I'm an advocate of one person can make a difference, but really in terms of this, these people are so closed-minded, nothing you say is going to be special enough. Because if you look at the human behavior, why is it that when, you know, let's use an example of like a relationship. A girl thinks that she can change the guy's bad habits, or if he's constantly cheating, she can think like, that's okay, I'm gonna be the one, and then he's never gonna cheat again because I'm gonna be so wonderful. Like, but you have to understand that that behavior is not affected by outside factors. It is his innate behavior, his innate desire to cheat. He gets off on it. He likes doing it, blah, 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 blah. You're not going to change it. If he wants to change, he'll find his own motivation to change. So, what makes you think it's going to be the same for an idiot who is narrow-minded, and you think a few words spoken over the internet is going to suddenly change a person's entire mindset? It's not going to happen. It's not. Realistically, it's not gonna happen. So just leave it the fuck alone and don't talk to them. They'll see it eventually. They'll see it eventually. Like, I have strong opinions too, and I do tend to want to argue, but what I'm saying now is something that I have learned over time. Like, I didn't start off, you know, this wise and this, like, amazing. But it's something I have learned over time as a K-pop fan, as an ARMY, and I need to pass it on to you guys, just so we are a more peaceful and more intellectually, in a more intellectual community, okay? And I'll know that if you have attended this live, then you're gonna be like better, more mature. You've taken away these lessons and realized that it is pointless to be doing these things. So don't respond for all the reasons that I already listed out. I haven't eaten my breakfast, huh? No, I thought it was gonna be Namjoon for president. I'll be vice president and or first lady. Oh my god, that is the dream. Okay. No, I didn't see this guy that snuck in the TV rehearsal in London. Anyway, okay. So let's get back to the topic of like how people have reacted. I guess you can start like, if you have negative reactions, you can put it in the comments. I'm gonna carry on talking about, I guess, positive reactions that I've gotten. Um, uh, okay. I realized that I was talking about how you can't change somebody's mind with a few words over the internet, but if you really feel so strongly about having about wanting to change somebody's mind, I would say the only people that you can actually have impact on, not someone over the internet, but someone who is directly in your life, who can be directly affected by you, like for example your mom, or your parents, or your siblings, or friends. I've actually lost friends over this whole liking K-pop thing, because even though she says she didn't, the best way to change them is to kill them. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's kind of creepy. Alright. Okay, that turned out to be a joke in the end. Okay. I was gonna say, don't worry about being late. Hello, hello. Hi to the people that just came. Okay, so what was I saying? I lost a friend, and like when I started talking about who I liked at the time, I think it was Big Bang, and if you're not interested, it's okay. I would say, like, of course, not everybody is the same, and of course, there's like, not everybody's gonna like the same things you like, but I feel that it's just basic manners not to be like, ugh, what is this, like, or like, why do you even like them? Like, do you even understand Korean? Like, why? That's not even basic manners as a friend. So, do you really want to be friends with this person? And so, exactly. Respect. It's basic courtesy. Like, so she could just be like, it's not my thing, or like, or she could be like, oh, I have this other band that I like, you know what I mean? So sometimes it shows people's true colors, and I gave her sort of like the benefit of the doubt after that first time, and then later on, when we went out again, she again was overly critical of K-pop. And I live in a country where it's everywhere. Honestly, you can't get away from it because it's playing in stores, it plays at McDonald's, like for hours. And every third store has like an idol's face in it. So you can't get away from it. And I'm like, how can you live your life so like against this thing that's become such an everyday, such an like a part of your everyday life, and it's like you want to be so stubborn and you like, or show that you hate it so much. I don't get it. Like, how can we possibly get along? And like on future like outings, I was restricted to just like never even talking about anything that I was excited about, and she was supposed to be a very, very good friend of mine. And so how can I start being normal in this friendship where I have to think twice about talking about the thing I'm excited about just so she doesn't shoot me down? That's not a comfortable friendship anymore. So I need to demote you from good friend down to acquaintance. All right, not even a friend. Not even a friend. Acquaintance. That's what she was gonna be. Yeah, exactly, Vanessa. Just like, and then now I don't even speak to her anymore because basically she's just not even a good friend. The whole class. I bet you some of them are closet K-pop fans. So they criticized you because it's the mom mentality thing to do. When like a group wants to do it, everybody goes along just so they're not the odd one out because they got no balls, no guts, no spine, and they go along and they're not strong enough to stand up for themselves, so they always stay in a group. Don't be that person. It's okay to be the only person who likes K-pop, and it's okay to withstand some criticism from the idiots, the masses in your school, because that's gonna make you a stronger person. And you'll get your support from the K-pop community, the only community that you need. Did somebody ask earlier if I like Sprite? No, I do not. It's a drink that I actually dislike a lot. It's not even a drink that I don't care about. I actually dislike Sprite, if that answers your question. I don't know, I just remembered it. Oh. I got I got reminded from your name, Dave's New York Steak and Sprite. My favorite drink is Coke. I drink it all the time. Welcome Pikachu 101. Okay. One of the best ever experiences that I had as when I told somebody that I was army was this, like, I think maybe some people already know the story, but 2 years ago in Korea, BTS did this collaboration with BBQ Chicken, and they were giving out posters whenever you ordered their mala hot chicken, mala hot chicken, and so it's this like incredibly crazy spicy chicken. I wish I had a YouTube channel back then, but I didn't, and I posted it all on Instagram, an account which I've deleted. So if I do find those videos, I'm gonna post it for you. But so I ordered via an app. It was a delivery app, and in the comments, at the end when you pay for your stuff, when you pay, you can put in the comments. So I said, "Give me a BTS poster, please, thank you," and because you're supposed to get a BTS poster with that combo, but it didn't specifically say that in the app, and so I wrote down in the comments about wanting to get a poster, and so when the guy delivered the chicken, he handed me the bag. He handed me a big bag of chicken, and then he pulled something out, like, and it was a huge poster. He pulled it out of his backpack, and he was like, "I've got something for you," and I'm like, "Oh my god, yes, thank you." And he was like, "So you're a BTS fan?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm a BTS fan, and I really wanted this poster, so thank you so much." Because I didn't know if the store still had them or if they didn't. So even though this sounds like a really stupid story, like, why would you tell that? There's like nothing, but it carries on. It carried on and became a 2 year relationship. I mean, not like a gross relationship, but this like delivery man, chicken eating girl relationship. Let me continue the story. Um, and okay, so It was a really beautiful poster. It was thick, it was glossy and shiny, and I was like, this chicken is delicious, and I'm here for 5 weeks. I'm gonna eat the chicken again. So I ordered it again, and I asked for a poster again. And I wasn't aware that there were 2 versions of the poster, but the delivery agency came, and so when I opened the door, he was like, he remembered me, of course, because I think I'm the only one in that area who orders chicken. And then he was like, so he pulled up the poster and he was like, well, I got you a different one this time. And I'm like, because it's the same guy. And he remembered the one that I got previously was a white version, and all the guys are like dressed like angels. I mean, in white suits. They're so good looking. And then he gave me actually the black version of the poster. I didn't even know that there were 2 versions. Like I just knew that there would be a poster, and then when I got the second poster, and then he looked at me like he was smiling so nicely, and and I was like, thank you so much. Like, he was so considerate. He was so considerate to think of me, and like he remembered the type of poster that I got and stuff like that. And then, okay, so this went on, right? That was like in May 2016 or something. And then it went on. I went again to Seoul in December, and BTS had a different type of promotion then. It was I think this like roasted chicken leg kind of thing. They had ads for it too. It was like them doing wordplay on the word tari. Tari, it means leg, so they were talking about the chicken leg, and they were talking about the moon, which has a similar word. No, it's the same word, tari. So the same guy came. I guess he's like the guy assigned to my area. And so the same guy came, and he gave me a BTS calendar, and I think in that trip I ate chicken like 3 times, so I had 3 calendars. And then, so fast forward, okay? Fast forward all the way to this last May. So after all the times that he came and he delivered me stuff, the final stuff, I think last year was like photo cards, and then BTS doesn't do promotions with BBQ anymore. So they stopped, and then, but I still ordered chicken because the chicken's delicious. And I was like, so I'll just say, are there like leftover posters or photo cards or whatever that you can give me? And then he was like, nah, BTS doesn't do any promotions anymore with us, so we have nothing. And then I'm like, alright, that's okay, I just wanted to ask. And then he walks to the lift, and then like 30 seconds later I hear a knock again on my door, and then he opens it, and he was digging around in his pouch, and he was like, I found these photo cards. And they were like 2, they're wrapped in like a golden packet. Oh wait, let me see. I have it. Let me take it for a second. Let me put this down so it doesn't fall over. No, I don't know. Hang on. Oh. Oh. Here you go. Okay. I don't have all the rest of the ones that I'm talking about, but I have one as an example. He's so into, no, is it? I'll just say he's old, and he's got like, I'm pretty sure he's married. He's not into me. I'm sure. I am cute, no, but he's not into me like that. He's just a very kind. I'll just see. Okay, this is the one that I was talking about. Ta-da! BTS 포토카드. And this is the back BBQ. So he was digging around in his pouch and he gave me 2 of these. I guess, where are the others? Well, they're not in this box, but this was the box nearest to me on my desk. So this is, it's like this. Can you see? Focus. Doesn't it focus? Do you live in Korea? I do not. Don't say that I do. I'm just over there a lot. And so it seems like I do. But I don't. Please, I'm not rich either. So don't mistake me for like the, you know, the rich girl who doesn't seem to work and flies everywhere and daddy's money. So it's not that either. Okay. Okay, so now that you know, it's after he was digging around in his pouch. That was in May, right? And he gave me 2 of these. And then so I was like, I was so grateful for the 2. But then if you guys were on my Instagram in May, you would have seen this video that I posted. I was out and I was like, I think I was doing a live. Oh no, I was out and I was trying to like do a little like selfie video thing, and then I ran into him. I ran into the Odyssey around the corner, and then he was like, "Hey, I was just on my way to your place," and I'm like, "Why?" I didn't order any chicken, and he was like, "Look what I got for you," and he took out, I think like 13 or 18 of these photo cards. 13 or 18 of these photo cards, and he was like, I went to the store and I looked around really hard, and he was like, I couldn't find any more besides these, so I only have these. I'm sorry. And I'm like, you're sorry? You only have these? I was just like, these are like way more than I expected, and I am so fucking grateful. You don't even know, because he went to the store and he looked and he came all the way over to where I live so that he can like deliver them to me. That's like, wow, above and beyond. Like, seriously. So it's amazing. I actually have a video of him because I was in the middle of like trying to film myself. Because this is what I do, okay? Because when you step out of your house, and that's when you look the best. So that's when you should be taking selfies or videos, because your makeup's not ruined, and I don't know, you look your best anyway. So I was trying to take a video of myself. I run into the Odyssey around the corner just before I go to the train station, and yeah, he's there with like 18 photo cards, or 13, 18? Can't remember. Yeah. So that's amazing. So sometimes when you tell people you're an army, even though he doesn't understand, he doesn't have like children. His children are grown, so they're not into this sort of stuff. So it's like, it's just freaking amazing that he would do this for a total stranger. You know, a stranger that's not even from his country. But I think it's because we have cute little like conversations and stuff. Oh, you don't follow me? My Instagram is the same as my YouTube. JHEEMANGI. It's a personal Instagram though. I don't post like BTS stuff on it or much, unless I'm fangirling over it. But you're welcome to follow anyway. Okay, do we go off topic? No. This is still the reactions of people how people react when you tell them you're army. And to be honest, like, a lot of the times, like, even right now, I'm a working adult, and I don't know anyone else who are working adults who like K-pop right now. Oh, excuse me. It's raining outside, and so anyway, does anyone know how long the line will be? I have videos for the lines for both the BT21 line stores in Korea, so please watch those. Does BTS affect your work? It used to when I was a translator in the suburb, but not anymore because I don't do that anymore. I'm gonna eat now. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's exactly what I said at the beginning of the video. People literally said, your age starts with, when your age doesn't start with 1 anymore, you shouldn't be liking this type of like children's music. Are you fucking serious? Children's music? Some of these lyrics are so goddamn deep, they can only be understood by people who have gone through a lot of shit. And I'm sorry, but like elementary school students, it's just gonna go whoosh over their heads and they're just not gonna fucking get it. In fact, if it's elementary school students, some of them are still gonna have to use a fucking dictionary to look up the words in the lyrics of the song. So don't tell me that these kinds of things are meant for children. I always eat McDonald's because, you know, they deliver and they're fast. And I don't work on Sundays, but I do work on Saturdays. And I just want to wake up as late as possible before this live. I don't have time to make breakfast. What am I eating from McDonald's? It's called this like fluffy omelet with sausage things, and it's got cheese and so delicious. Is there a filter? And like it usually horrible. Oh my god. Usually like it looks good on my camera, but then when I see the lives, like the replay, I always look so terrible in the replay. Oh my god, look at how it like does this when I okay, let's do this for a while. It's so good. Look at how big the egg is. Oh wait, you can't see. Look at it's really a fluffy omelet like they advertise. So in the ads, the omelets are like so big, and I'm like, now when they come, they're gonna be really flat, but they're not. Okay, bye, Cassandra. What is a filter that can make me look good? How's this? Nah. It looks like a horror movie. this filter is called Beam, and there's this like bright light, and it looks like some aliens are gonna come and kidnap you. Oh, excuse me. Okay, how's this? I think this one's good. Okay. Alright. So, what else can we talk about? I think I've talked about a lot of really positive experiences. And for negative, like, I've gotten rid of all the people that were negative towards me. Like, the people who said I was too old, or the people who said, like, they just don't get why I like K-pop, or the people who were, you know, overly critical of when I say I like K-pop. So I guess there are no more bad people in my life who don't understand. And I think that's a good thing about being in the country where I am right now, because in Singapore, K-pop is everywhere. And even though I had the... Oh, are you fucking serious? I forgot about that. No way. Nah, what are you talking about? There's like an hour and 20 minutes left. There's an hour and 20 minutes left, you guys. No need to freak out and go. Yeah. What do you mean it's for 2 hours? You're so dumb. Like, the countdown is literally right there when you take it. There's like, it lists how much time you have left. Observation is really needed in the game. And also, I've said it, like, a lot in my videos. Collect it. You have 2 hours. And I list the time. I said Korean 1 p.m. to Korean 3 p.m. So I'm guessing you don't watch my videos. Or pay attention. One way to get money is not to spend money for a week. And then you got 200K. I don't understand what you're talking about. I think we have derailed from the topic quite a bit. He blames BTS for a flop K-pop show. But why though? Like, I think all BTS concerts have never been flops at all. So, what does that mean? Like, I don't understand. Maybe elaborate on that. No, honey, I've repeated that like quite a bit in various different videos. Like, I didn't just say it one time. Come on, guys. Comment more. Hi. Okay, while there's a lull in the conversation, I'm gonna take the time to do some self-promotion. I have a fanfic account, and my fanfics are excellent. So you should read them if you're into them. There's an army, blah 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 hashtag. Okay, I don't care. Because I don't go on Twitter unless absolutely necessary to look at BTS tweets. Because people on Twitter are fucking toxic. And then there's a hashtag for fucking everything. Like, does your life revolve around Twitter? You fuckwits. And they're constantly arguing with each other and pouncing on like everybody like a bunch of piranhas. I don't know. I think it's freaking stupid, and I don't waste my time on Twitter. Yeah, I know about their injuries. It's to be expected because, well, not Jungkook's, but Jimin's injury is to be expected just because, you know, oh, excuse me, their bodies are under a lot of strain for like concerts and concerts and concerts. There's no rest, so lots of wear and tear on the muscles. It's really bad. Yeah, it's better not to go on Twitter if possible. Just because the people there are crazy. All these like really like hormonal teenagers that are so easily triggered. And like, so, you know, especially when people say like K-pop's only for teenagers, is that just because the... And then I'm like here thinking, I wish K-pop wasn't for teenagers because a lot of them are like insane. And I wish that they were more mature. And like they wouldn't keep taking every opportunity possible to just like attack somebody just because, I don't know, maybe their lives suck and they're just looking for a way to let it out on somebody. I'm sorry if you're a teenager, but you're being represented by like insane little fucks on Twitter. How do you feel about K-pop Twitter? I literally just said it like how I feel like 2 minutes ago. Yeah, according to Jungkook, in the War of Hormones song, he's like, I'm 18 now, so I know all that I need to know. Which is the cutest thing. I know, right? Jada, I wasn't gonna say it, but thanks. Okay. I've run out of things to talk about. I actually haven't. But it's so hard sticking to a topic. Just because, like, if I have to stick to a topic, it's hard, and then I run out of things to talk about. And then, like, I'm like, should I start another live where I didn't say I would talk about these things just so I can talk about whatever I want? I don't know. Ugh, lying down? Look at this like chin thing. A lot of teen armies also like to attack other armies. It's like their whole purpose in life is just to be angry on the internet. And I hate that. It's so ridiculous. Oh. Ah. I need to wear my glasses or else I can't see what you guys type. Now that I'm sitting up again. You wanna know about my culture? We don't have much of a culture. Oh, speaking of like people who talk about like when they act like somebody is theirs, like nobody else can like, they're biased or something. So there was one time I was in San Francisco and I was at the Golden Gate Bridge Park, and I was at the place where BTS took a photo before because I was gonna replicate one of their photos. And so we saw this. My friend and I saw this other group of armies there. They wanted to take a photo where BTS had taken also. So we said, my friend and I said, oh, excuse me. My friend and I said that we'll help you take photos if you help us. And then, so naturally, when we meet other groups of armies, one of the most common questions to ask is, so who's your bias? And then there was this girl in the group, like, I said, my bias is Namjoon. And she was like, she looked so hostile, like, at me. And then she was like, what? And then I'm like, my bias is Namjoon. And she was like, okay. And then she sounded so angry, and she actually walked away from the group, and she threw a tantrum. Like, I'm not fucking kidding. She threw a tantrum, and she like squatted down on the sidewalk and screamed into her hands. Like, and then so I asked her friends, I was like, is your friend crazy? Like, does she react like then? And the friend said, yeah, she's like that because you said you like Namjoon and she likes Namjoon too. And I was like, that's crazy. And they were like, yeah, she tends to get like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I wasn't gonna say anything else, but like, that was the most fucking insane reaction that I've ever seen in my life. I have not seen any crazier than that. Like, honestly, maybe sometimes you feel a little bit of jealousy. Maybe that's up to that. Like, it's understandable. But like, exactly, like I was, after they left, I was like bitching to my friend about it. I was like, does she think that she's the only one who loves him or something? Or does she like, I honestly, I was at such a loss for words because what? What? How can you like react like that? That's fucking insane. Like, so by now she must have killed herself or something. Like, I know I shouldn't say that as a joke, but like, honestly, I would think that's an actual possibility because she reacted so insanely to, like, so if she happened to go on Twitter or something and it's like everybody's like, I love Namjoon, happy birthday Namjoon, or something, and then she's probably gonna just like fling herself out the window because she's like, oh my god, like, I can't compete with like 14 million other girls. And then I don't know. It was insane. Really, really. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wish I had a picture of them. And then I would totally be showing you guys. Like, I would make a whole entire video out of it. So, uh, yeah, you know, you do jokingly say things like, are you starting a fight and stuff like that's fine. But the screaming in public on the sidewalk, she was like going like this and just screaming into her hands. She like squatted down and started screaming like, what the fuck? She looked like one of those children at like the toy store or the supermarket where they just like throw themselves down on the floor and start like screaming because their mom won't buy them something. That's just, it looked like that. That reminded me of that, and I was just so shocked. And to think that the friend said it so normally, yeah, she's like that because you like Namjoon and she likes Namjoon, so it's like, so apparently it's probably not the first time that, you know, that she's reacted like that because they find it normal. I'm sorry, but I don't use, like, I don't think I would ever say that I'm shook just because I I I can't participate in the slangs. Oh my gosh, she does need therapy. She does absolutely need therapy. Just wait until that girl goes to a BTS concert. You know how like they in the past there have been all these like psychotic fans who stalk the people that the artists that they like and then they end up killing them. She sounds like she could be one of those. It's like, nothing, if I can't have you, nobody can, and then bang. And then, you know, she sounds like she could be one of those people. Like, I'm totally serious, you know, like about all these like previous you know, I think the most famous one is this like singer called Selena. I think she got killed by a stalker. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to say shook. I speak proper English. I mean, not to say that if you don't speak proper English, it's just my choice to not say it just because I don't want to participate in these sort of like, I just can't. The English major and literature major in me does not allow it. Thank you. How do I get rid of these things? Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Hi, Indonesia. Um. Yes, some slangs are really, really annoying. I know that Ladies Code died in an accident, but I don't see what it's got to do with like the stalker thing that I'm talking about right now. Well, some of Ladies Code. You hope you don't run into people like that. I think the next time if I ever encounter somebody like that, I would just like grab her and shake her and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, get some professional help. You need help." So I don't know. I would just be so shocked, honestly. One hour. Oh, I didn't know about the stalker. Like, I wasn't following any of their news. I just only know that they They died in, well, I think some of them died in an accident. If it was really true, well, it's fine for her to call her own country shit, because why not? There's a lot of people in the rest of the world who agree with her. I used to live right outside this city. Ta-da! Boston. Education is tough in the US? I'm sorry, that's a fucking joke. It is not tough. Not tough. Oh, do you? Okay. Um. Okay. So, if we're not gonna sing, why? No. Why would you suddenly bring up singing? That's just like way off topic. No, 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 no. Okay. If we have run out of things to talk about, then I'm gonna hang up. Actually, if you are following my fanfic account, please vote on the latest poll, because I was asking about whether I should do a live to talk about the latest series, which I do want to talk about a lot because I'm so excited. What? Singing is a game changer? No, 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 no. I am not prepared. What is your account called? BTS. Okay, BTS dot HEGEMONY. The latest series that I've got going on is called Royals, and let me tell you a little bit about the series. It's up to 91 chapters now. I add a chapter like every couple days. But let me tell you the premise of the series. I've actually got, I think, 4 series on that account. 3 of them are completed. And the current one is called Royals. And so, do you want to hear about it? I think the premise is quite interesting. But I think the best fanfic series that I've ever written is actually my Mafia series. And that was so amazing. I'm into games and violence. Oh my gosh. It's not on Wattpad. It's on Instagram exclusively. Okay. So so there are 2 kingdoms. There are actually a lot of kingdoms, but we're only going to focus on 2. In one kingdom, Namjoon is a king. Jimin is his half-brother, younger half-brother. Yoongi is his Lord Chancellor, which is the right-hand man, the king's right-hand man. And Hobi is a servant in the kingdom. He's like Jimin's personal servant, and he's been in love with Jimin since they were children. Okay, a one-sided love. In the other kingdom, Jin is a prince. Jungkook is his younger brother. Taeyong is a hunter. He's the chief hunter for the kingdom. And I won't tell you too much about it because if you're interested, then I would love for you to read it. So I don't want to spoil you with details. People are leaving, all these fuckers. Alright, I'm not gonna say that. Don't want to hear about my fanfic. That's fine. Just stab me in the heart like right now. Okay, never mind. Okay, so all my fanfic series are, oh my god, this is what I fucking hate. I absolutely fucking hate when somebody reads the story not for the plot or the story, but they want to know who the ships are gonna be. Who are the couples? Who's to say that there are couples in the first place? Like, are you not interested in the story, or are you interested in just like who's gonna fuck each other in the end? I really fucking hate that. Seriously. Okay, bye bye to this person. It's insulting to a writer when you're only interested to see who's gonna end up with whom. Like, why? Are you not interested in what happens along the way, or are you just gonna be like assured that, okay, these people are gonna end up together, so I'm just gonna read until I get there? I hate that. First of all, I write without any particular ships in mind. I write with a story in mind. The plot that I want to put across, and sometimes the people that I thought would end up together, my characters, they don't. Okay? Unexpected twists and turns happen along the way, and sometimes the story just guides you somewhere. Sometimes you're not in charge of the story. Sometimes the story is in charge of you. Okay? And like, I've written stories where like people have told me, oh my god, I never even considered this ship, but you make it believable. Why? Because the characters are believable. What does it matter? Like, why does it have to be a specific ship? Like, I write without even knowing what ships are gonna end up together. So it's like, it's fucked up when people just like read the story for the ships. I find it offensive to me and my story that I do research on to make it historically accurate, and like, you know, I put a lot of fucking effort into the story, and I choose characters for the roles. You like to imagine the faces doing things that doesn't support, like, the names are there, you can just imagine the faces doing things, you don't have to know who ends up with whom in the end. All right. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you to all those people who are in it for the plot. Thank you very much. Because, you know, stories are like, I mean, do you read Harry Potter in advance, like trying to see who he's gonna end up with in the end? No, it's all about the magic. It's all about the journey on the way. Like, honestly, it's so fucked up how obsessed people are with like the ships ending up together that they just like, I don't know. I just, ugh. I'm gonna stop being mad about this because honestly, these kinds of people are not worth me raging over. Okay, K-pop lovers, don't come to my fanfic account or read my fictions, please. I've actually encountered people who, when the story goes a certain way and people didn't get the ship that they wanted or the ship that they were expecting, they unfollow me. And that is just beyond offensive to my story, because it's like, so you didn't get the exact ship that you want, or you don't believe that this person and this person could possibly end up together just because you don't ship them in real life. That is incredibly fucked up, because I've put them in a character where they would be perfect for each other in the context of the story. The name is just a name, and it gives you a face so that you can see what they're doing. You can imagine in your mind what they're doing, but just because it's not a ship that you ship in real life, it's like, oh, I absolutely believe that like Tiguk is real. And then yeah, I say such shit too, but if there's a plot where they don't end up together, I don't fucking flip a table and I don't read the story or unfollow the writer. That's just incredibly fucked up. So I get so mad about this just because this has happened so many times. Let me tell you, I don't support any particular ship so bad that all my fanfics are based around these ships only. Like, all my series have encountered different types of ships, and everybody tells me the way you write is so great that when you ship somebody in a story, I ship them too. Like, I actually start to see how it's possible that this couple can work out, because it's what a good writer would do. Like, in the context of the story, that's how your characters can turn out. It doesn't always have to be, you know. Well then, okay, you like romance, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. If all the things you see has couples, okay, whatever, that's fine. Just understand that that's not the way that it should be. I was just about to explain the story, right? The first question should be, so what's the story about? Just like you watch any movie, not who's gonna end up with who in the end. It's in the end, right? The ending. Why would I spoil something for you? Because along the way, right, couples can break up, couples can switch partners. So, isn't that a spoiler for yourself? Okay, I'm gonna get back to explaining a little bit about the premise of the fanfic now. Okay? After this rant. I feel better. Okay. Alright. So, we'll call like Kingdom A and Kingdom B. So, Kingdom A. Oh, I'll repeat my account name in just a second. Kingdom A, Namjoon is the king. Yoongi is the Lord Chancellor, which is the king's right-hand man. Jimin is his half-brother. And Hosok is the Jimin's personal servant, who has been in love with Jimin for like since they were children. And then in Kingdom B, Jin is a prince, Jungkook is a prince, and Taeyong is the chief hunter for that kingdom. Jin has been locked up in a tower. This is gonna sound like Rapunzel. But when Jin was a child, there was a huge fire that happened while trying to rescue his brother out of the fire. A big beam fell on him, and now he has like this big scar. And because of that, things happened, and like his betrothal contract was broken and stuff like that. So his father hated him. His father hates him because they lost an alliance with a kingdom that he wanted. So his father locked him in a tower. And this is a fan fiction. His father locked him in a tower. And he's in there for like the last 10 years. And Jungkook is his younger brother, and the father has forced him to take on the position of crown prince, which means that instead of Jin being king in the future, Jungkook is gonna be king. But he doesn't want that. So that's like one of the main plots for Kingdom B. And in Kingdom A, one of the main stories going together, and eventually these stories will come together, intertwine in a fantastic way, which I didn't even expect. So writing the story is just as much fun for me as you guys reading it, because along the way, like, just sometimes the plot just carries you. For Kingdom A, Namjoon absolutely hates Jimin with a passion, because Jimin is his half-brother born from another mother. And Yoongi is like just basically supportive of whatever Namjoon does. So there's psychological torture, and but they're a very powerful kingdom. They're the most powerful kingdom in the entire country for a good reason. And so if you want to find out the details, you'll have to read the fanfics, and like you'll be able to see how the kingdoms come together for that whatever reason as well. Yeah, how's it sound so far? I'm excited to tell you like the premises for all my series. Yes, I am still alive. Okay, if you really want to read it, it's under the account BTS.HEGEMONY hegemony, and the reason for that word is because hegemony was one of the words in Namjoon's like solo intros, and Nicole, I thought you've been okay. So Nicole, you read everything. Nicole recently finished the Mafia story. Please give a review of that. So the Mafia story, which I feel is my best ever fanfic. It's so full of like twists and turns and mafia violence, and I actually did a lot of research on like gangs and like the hierarchy and like whoever is supposed to like take over the business, you know, like whether it's allowed for like you know what goes on with different members of the family and what happens when a gang member gets injured because they can't go to a regular hospital, you know, and that kind of thing. So I did a lot of research and it was fascinating, and so I had so much fun writing this mafia series and making it as like as realistic as possible because it should be as realistic as possible. And so, you know, there's all these like plots, all these little elements that make up a great movie, like betrayal, suspicion, anger, revenge, you know, that sort of thing. It's just amazing. So the plot for the mafia story is, I always put Namjoon in a position of power. Namjoon is the son of the most powerful mafia group in the country. No. In Seoul. Just in Seoul. Thank you, wasn't it? I love the mafia story. So everybody who's read it said that it's been really, really good. So, oh my god, this person is back. Namjoon is the son of an incredibly powerful mafia boss in Seoul, and they are the leading mafia group in mafia gang in Seoul. Jungkook is the youngest yet the most powerful gang leader in Busan, and so Jungkook is from, it has his own clan. Namjoon has his own clan. Jin is the father's very capable consigliere. Consigliere is like the boss's right hand man. So basically, like in terms of royalty, it's the Lord Chancellor. But so Jin is Namjoon's father's right hand man, and Jin was assigned to show Namjoon the ropes when Namjoon was of age to become a boss. And then Jimin is from a smaller clan. Hosok is a tail. Do you know what a tail does? A tail tails people. Hosok is a tail like a spy. So he follows who his boss asks him to. And he's supposed to be his character is really cute because he likes talking a lot, right? As a tail, he's supposed to be quiet. And so whenever he's on the job, when he's like bored and then he calls Jin and then he wants to talk on the phone and Jin's like, oh my god, do your job. So all these little things, they're so cute. Like every character has such a defined character that that's what propels the story forward. It's like you'll be able to see in detail what these characters are like, which I totally love. So there are like little mini chapters for the mafia story. There's like 107 little mini chapters, which you can actually basically read in one day in like a couple hours, like a book, like a real book, I guess. So exactly, all the characters are very, very unique, and they all have such individual personalities. You'll be able to tell like who's whom, and Are the characters' personas similar to their real life ones? Usually, how I pick a role for my fanfics is like, okay, so in my mind I have the roles that I want for the plot, but then and then so I try to pick the BTS member that would best fit the character, just so they're not so out of character, and just so like you can still definitely be able to feel them, like or you can imagine it better, just because you can totally see this member doing this particular action because the character in the story um like fits so well with them. So even when it's just like a royal story, or even if it's a mafia story, like you can totally see it happening. Like in the mafia story, Yoongi smokes. He likes to sit on the couch. He snitches on people. He's an informant, and he doesn't work for any of the gangs. So I that looks like can't you picture it now? Like him just like leaning back on the couch, sitting with like one leg resting upon the other knee, and then just like lazily smoking a cigarette, and then just lazily talking, just because he doesn't work for any of the mafia gangs, and they all come to him for information, and then he gets paid big bucks like under the table, that sort of thing. So I like to think that I pick the members well for the character that I want portrayed in the plots. Couldn't you see that happening? Why is no one responding? Yeah, so see, I think it would totally be believable to have the characters match the boys, so that you can absolutely imagine it happening. So, all right. If you're, I want to. How old is this story? The mafia story was written, I think, in. It was completed at the end of last year. I started the Royals. No, I started the Royals on 1st of January or 31st December. Um, so I've told you two fic plots. The other two series are a zombie series, and the other one is called the I Need You series. The I Need You series is actually the first series that I had ever written, and it's based on the I Need You jacket shooting pictures. And based on just that photo set, I created a story so that every chapter would be based on a picture. And then when I first wrote it, it matched exactly, but then some people wanted like a slightly longer version, so I had to improvise a little bit. So the end fic right now is not, there's like extra pictures, but it is actually based on the picture. It was difficult at the time because I only had that like particular photo set to work with, but I made it work, and I think it worked out really, really well, the plot. So I think that was interesting. Like I gave myself a challenge. Like I only had this particular set of photos to work with, and to create a story out of all of these was just kind of really interesting, and I think I did well at the time. For the zombie plot, it's really cool because all the kids are in high school, with the youngest being 13, which is Jungkook, and the oldest being 18, which is Jin, and they're all in, well, not high school, middle school and high school, and it shows how they tried to survive together. There was an announcement while they were at school, and then they had to rely on each other to get through. And then, yeah, I think that was a really good story too. You can't find a link to the story. You have to only see it on my Instagram account. I don't have Wattpad. I said it just now. I hate going on Wattpad because people steal my fucking stories and they post it on Wattpad and they claim it as their own. So right now, the Royals, it's back in a time when there was no electricity and people had to travel on horseback. So that's the royal story. Horseback and some carriages, you know, like not too like it's not barbaric back, but like slightly civilized with carriages, but still needing fires at night to see kind of royals fanfic. What was I saying? Yeah, I hate Wattpad. Go to my Instagram, bts.hegemony. I was wondering why you logged into your Wattpad, because I said just now that I didn't have Wattpad, and then you said you logged in and saw an old picture of you. Like, I'm sorry you took the effort to log into that because you thought it was for the story, but no, it's on Instagram. So people have stolen a lot of my stories. Everything's lowercase on Instagram. I don't think you can put a uppercase. Yes, don't use Wattpad. It is the ghetto of fanfics. So it's a terrible place, and people just steal each other's things. And then when I tried to report it, they were like, "No, we can't do anything about it." It's just like, "Fuck you! I will never use your site for anything." What inspired me to write? I don't know. I just like, I used to write just one shots. Like I would see a picture, and then just like a whole story comes to me, and then I write it out. Um, like as far as the Instagram caption, I was like, I lived my life on Instagram when I first started doing everything BTS, right? So it's like even all of this. So I write like little one shot one shots, just like if I see a picture and then it develops, and then sometimes the plot sounds good enough to develop into a whole series, and then that's what I do. So like there was one picture, it was just one picture of like I think Hobi was lying down on a pillow in a hospital. It looks like a hospital room, you know, like one of those like for the Wings promo ad teasers kind of thing. And I made a whole like horror one shot out of that, and that was like really cool. Halloween's coming. I should post that again. But that one's not on my Instagram. So anyway, I think I've been on for like really long now. And I always never stick to topics, so maybe I shouldn't be doing army talk time anymore. I should just, I don't know, or maybe I shouldn't set topics. What do you guys think? Like, just do army talk time? And then just talk about anything? Or should we just talk about army things? Or talk about my things? I don't want to call it army talk time, it's about me. That's why I feel guilty about. Tell me, help me make a decision. So I guess just keep it at the format that it is now, where we just start talking off of it. Like we just start with a topic and then we just like digress into other things. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. So let's stick to that then. We're just gonna keep going with this format. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Do you do anything for Halloween? Well, not on Halloween exactly. I am next week. I'm going to Universal Studios because there's the Halloween Horror Night. thing, and so I'm going to that and to see all the haunted houses, and take the roller coaster rides. And because this year there's a Stranger Things theme at the at one, for one of the houses, and I'm so fucking excited about that. So yeah, I'm going for that. And last year there was a haunted house that was kind of ridiculous. Um, one of the haunted house themes was like idol, like surgeries gone wrong, and then there was these like posters that were like supposed to be parodies of like actual idol groups. So it looked really funny. Like idol surgeries gone wrong. That was the theme. Well, just basically plastic surgeries gone wrong. So there's a lot of like half slashed faces or like jaws sticking out and things like that. It was kind of gross, but not scary. I don't think it was at the US Universal Studios though. I think we only had that at the like Singapore Universal Studios, so that was really funny. What are you guys gonna do? Actually, I think Halloween's not really much of a big deal here. Only like clubs maybe take advantage of it, and other than if we didn't, I guess if we didn't have an amusement park like Universal Studios, like we would have nothing going on, and only like clubs and stuff would just be having parties. There's no there's no like trick-or-treating. Maybe in like the American neighborhood where a large number of Americans live, but that's like in the rich people neighborhood. So we don't really have that here as part of a culture. We don't have a Halloween culture, I guess. Okay, you guys. I guess it's time for me to go. Oh, that's not my Instagram. That's my fanfic Instagram. So it's BTS dot HEGEMONY, and then my personal Instagram is JHEEMANGI, which is the same name as this YouTube account. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. No, you don't have that. We don't have Thanksgiving. We don't have Halloween. We do have Christmas. Like all the stores get decorated in November, and there are big trees everywhere. Okay. All right, you guys. Excuse me. I don't know why I keep sneezing. It's not that cold. A house decorated for Christmas already? What the hell? Halloween's not even over. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for all your blessings. Alright, guys. Okay. Alright. I think 1 hour and 55 minutes is long enough that I've been on this live. I've got a whole bunch of things to do, and I might do a live on my fanfic account so I can discuss the characters and stuff. So those of you who have leveled up to Army level 5 today, congratulations.
So I'll see you next week then. Bye. Level 4. I won't forget. Thanks. I'm gonna go play right after this. Bye.